Seriously, what the f is this? Really? Would you want to put something like this up in your living room? It's a bowl of spaghetti. Hi guys, welcome back to the Brazilian Expat once again. It's been quite a while since my latest upload, so I thought I'd just tell you a little bit of what's been going on in my life before we actually kick off this today's video. The last time I posted was probably just over a month ago, and since then I've actually been back to Norway. As you guys know, I did catch the COVID virus here in Brazil. If you're new to my channel, you can check it out. I'll leave a card up here so you can check that out. I made a video just about that. But obviously, I haven't been back in my homeland, Norway, for quite some time, and I do have a business there. I do work in the oil sector, so I actually took a trip back there, and when I was actually sick, hospitalized and recovering and everything like that, all of this work, even at my bed and breakfast here in Brazil, but also, my business there in Norway, things just start accumulating, everything that I should have done, obviously that I didn't get done because I was, recovering from this COVID. And that's really the reason why it's been so quiet on my channel. As I probably mentioned this in my every single video. It's just it's been hard just making videos, and because it's not really my normal routine anymore. I don't have a normal routine like I had pre-pandemic. Everything's changed. Everything's different. Things just change all the time, so it's really hard to to make something that really reflects how my life or how daily life is really down here in Brazil, because everything's different now. Whatever is going on today in Brazil, it doesn't reflect, it doesn't tell the story at all about how things were in 2019, for example. So I hope you understand that, and what I'm trying to say, it's just things are just different, and of course not in Brazil, it's the entire world. So to make videos and try and make something to try and tell a story how about how life is here, and how it's just nowadays today is just really hard. So just in case you're wondering, in the background here we have the beautiful city of Fortaleza, and of course this is not where I live. I do live in Paragliding. It's where I have my bed and breakfast, my business here in Brazil. It's located just about an hour drive north from Fortaleza. It's currently Saturday. I'm just, I just rented an apartment here in Fortaleza, and I'm just gonna spend the weekend here, and that is actually also going to be the topic of today's video, because a couple of videos ago I uploaded a video that I explained the reason why I actually came here to Brazil. Just because of the passion of kite surfing, and the outdoors, and just my overall passion and love for the ocean, for the sea, you know. And but after a few years of living here, I actually discovered a wow, that plane was really flying low. The airport is quite far away from here. Sorry about that, got distracted. You know, a couple of years after I moved down here to Brazil, I actually you know, discovered another activity, which is something that I've grown very passionate about. I don't want to tell you guys just yet. I just you know, I want you guys to take a drive with me to wherever we're going, and I thought I'd show you when we get there, and we can have a little talk in the car. Anyways, it's hot, and that's why I'm not wearing a t-shirt, you know. Nobody wears a t-shirt here in Brazil during the daytime. Anyways, guys, beautiful city of Fortaleza. We're gonna go a little bit further inland, up to the hills, just behind the city, and I'll show you what else I do for fun. Come on. So we're still not past these, and these need to be worn wherever you go outside in public. So as soon as I put this on, you know, you're probably not gonna be listening to anything I'm gonna say anything. You're probably not gonna understand anything. So just gonna put this on, and we'll head out at this hotel. There is a valet parking, and I left my car, so I need to go down there and get my car, and then we'll take a drive to where we're going, and we'll talk then. So I'll see you soon. Let's go. Olá, como estás? Deixa eu fechar aqui. Mas eu tiro meu carro.
Eu vou pedir uma no bicho pra tirar.
Tá. Obrigado. Well, at least it's parked in a garage and not outside. It's scorching hot. So, let's take a drive. Actually the nicest part of Fortaleza right here. It's this place is called Avenida de Beira-Mar, which is just roughly translated to, you know, the seaside avenue, and like all of this that you see along here, this you know, how to call it, like a boardwalk. Everything is new, everything is just recently been constructed, and it looks quite fantastic. It looks really nice, especially at nighttime, you know, during sunset and the early hours after sunset. You have a lot of people, you know, joggers and everything, and it's pretty cool actually. So I think I can turn up here. But where we're going today is actually, there are some, I wouldn't call them mountains, they're actually pretty tall. There are some hills just behind the airport. If you look at the map, it's just due south, so we're going to go south, and I just got to concentrate a little bit here. And yeah, there are some hills or mountains, or however the definition is. Some of these, they go up to around 1,000 meters, so I guess you could call them, you know, mountains. And that's where we're going today. We're basically now in August 2021, and so what's the situation currently, you know, here in Brazil at the moment? Well, vaccinations are still kind of behind. They are kind of lagging behind the rest of the world. However, some good news, at least one of my employees at my bed and breakfast, he got his first dose, and I had several friends, you know, who already received their first dose. It's really different what people are receiving here, you know. Here in Brazil you have the Chinese variant, or the Chinese brand of this vaccine is called Coronavac, and it's produced in China, and it's proved to be around 60 to 65% efficient, you know, compared to Pfizer and Moderna, which are you know, said to be up to 90% efficient, you know, just with the first dose. At least that's what I heard. So, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just what I've got off, you know, the internet. So you shouldn't trust everything that's written on the internet, you know. But anyways, it's from various sources anyways. So basically most of Brazilians here, they're receiving this Coronavac, which is, you know, not really efficient for the first dose. You need at least a second dose to get up to, I guess, you know, 80-90% efficiency. But at least, you know, the majority of my friends, you know, who are anywhere between the ages of, you know, 30, 40 up to 50 and older than that, you know, have received this dose, the first dose. I know they're actually targeting between 20 and 30 years of age, I believe. However, daily life here in Brazil at the moment, at least here in the northeastern Fortaleza, it's basically, you know, previously when I was here, they closed everything at 9 o'clock. Now they continue to be open until, I believe it's until 11 o'clock now at night. However, they close, like the bar, you know, all alcohol, all the bar services closed around 10 o'clock. So I was actually out on a date yesterday, and we went out to this really nice restaurant. She actually reserved the table for us. I didn't arrive until the hotel until around 7:30, and we agreed to meet 8:30. So but you know how Brazilians, they're all, you know, they're always every single time, if you say 8:30, you know, they're gonna be ready at 9 or 50 minutes past 9. It's just, it's the culture here, you know. if you want to make a deal, or if you want to, you know, get together with somebody here, you just gotta, you know, plan that take away an hour at least of whatever time you're planning. So if you want to meet someone at 8 o'clock, just tell them you want to meet at 7, and then they'll be ready at 8 most of the time. But anyways, my point is, so we got to this restaurant, we didn't get there until around 9 o'clock or 15 minutes past 9. And we just order our food, and we order our first serving of you know, some beer. And then the servant came and said, well, we're closing now soon, so now is your last chance to order your, you know, your final round of beer. And I said, well, we just got here and the food just arrived at the table, and we already, you know, had to just have our final round of beer. So I mean, it's a shame, you know, because that's one of the biggest reasons why I even bothered to go to Fortaleza. It's because what we're going to do today, of course, but also at night time. You know, it's a fantastic city to go out. There's, you know, lots of good restaurants, nice bars and everything, but everything closes so early, and like after 10 o'clock it's just dead, you know, there's nothing. So it's kind of a shame. We've been going on with this pandemic now for a year and a half, and but I guess it's gonna continue like this until, I guess, everybody has received their first dose, I would guess, you know. And still, me traveling back to Norway and coming back here again, I still need to have a negative PCR test. You know, I need to present that prior to checking in Norway before getting on my plane to Brazil. And it's just a hassle, you know. But so we're gradually, you know, sliding back into pre-pandemic 2019, but in my view, there's still a long way to go. And if you did watch my previous video when I was ill with the COVID virus, I actually told you that, you know, I was hospitalized for around 6 days, and I was surprised because my biggest fear was actually that I had to lay down in the corridors, you know, of the hospital, that there wouldn't be enough beds. It would just, you know, the hospitals would just be filled to capacity. But that was not the case at all. It was actually, there was a lot of vacant beds, you know, at the hospital, and they had, you know, plenty of capacity to take in more patients. But I guess when, you know, people are getting their first dose of the vaccines and everything, you know, people can still contract the virus, and but they're saying they just don't get that ill, you know, they don't get that sick. There's not that risk of actually dying from the virus if you already had your first dose. So maybe it has something to do with that, I'm not sure. But anyways, we are no, we're still living in a pandemic scenario for sure here in Brazil still, unfortunately. And God knows, you know, I think it's gonna take a couple of months before things get better. Well guys, we are exactly where we need to be, so we're just gonna make a 130-meter ascent, and then we are basically gonna jump off this mountain. And Yeah, I guess you guys already guessed it. What I have on my back here is a paraglider, and yeah, we're gonna go flying. So this is the toughest part. You know, this backpack is about 20 kilos. It's just a straight ascent, 130 meters straight up, and there I'll be laying out my paraglider and everything, and I'll talk to you as soon as we're airborne. All right, guys, talk to you soon. So basically, guys, we are currently at an altitude of 500 meters, which means we climbed approximately 350 meters or 370 meters. So we started at 130 meters. I'm really not sure if you guys can hear me, you know, because of the wind, because of the noise. So this is a very first for me, you know, trying to talk while flying. But anyways, it's quite late in the afternoon. I really wanted to film, you know, the preparations of the paraglider and of course the takeoff and everything. However, I arrived quite late, and usually the strongest winds, you know, there are in the middle of the day. It's also when the sun is at its highest, and you have really strong thermals. Now thermals are just like hot bubbles of air that rise, that, you know, is the principle of paragliding. We try always to find these hot air bubbles that get released during the day, you know, from the ground and up. And this is what we use, you know, to gain altitude, to actually maintain our flight. And later in the afternoon, they just get weaker and weaker because the sun, obviously, it comes further down on the horizon. And after a while, the thermals are so weak, you know, so it just makes it a lot harder to gain altitude. And that is the reason when I arrived, I just, you know, got everything ready in a hurry. I didn't want to waste any time, you know, doing any filming or rigging up the camera or anything. So I do apologize for that. Maybe I'll make another video another time. But anyways, so this is it. This is beside, you know, kite surfing. Obviously, kite surfing is my #1 passion. That is why I came to Brazil, you know, to kite surf every single day and just live the life, you know. But after a while, I discovered this amazing sport as well, and you know, it really complements each other, kite surfing and paragliding, because when the winds are really strong, it's really not ideal for flying. It can get a bit too much. You got to remember that the speed of these paragliders, maximum speed, is around from 35 to 40 kilometers an hour, and obviously when you have wind stronger than that, you're going to be flying backwards, so obviously you don't want to be doing that. So on the really windy days, you know, I can go kite surfing, and when it's more quiet, I'll go paragliding. So the two sports, they really complement each other, and I mean, just look at this scenery. It's amazing. It's basically flying, you know, without an engine. It's like flying, just like the birds. It's amazing. The feeling is undescribable, I would say. So you can see we're coming a bit low now, and I'm gonna try and see if I can find some more thermals and gain some more altitude. So it's actually quite weak at the moment. There's not a lot of thermals going on. When I was flying this time yesterday, there was a lot more going on. This sound that you can hear here, this beeping noise, it's called a variometer, and the faster the beeping, the faster the frequency of the beeps, the more I'm actually rising. If there's no noise, then I'm not going anywhere. So you can hear it's beeping, so I'm actually going up. And a good sign of any thermal activity, if you look straight below me, you can see these vultures. Now these vultures, they are masters of detecting thermal bubbles, you know, thermal activity. And so that is like the one sure sign. If you want to, you know, if you want to gain some altitude or find some thermals, you just go wherever the vultures are, and you can actually see them, like right in front of me. You can see them circling, and I can actually see that they are rising, you know, they are gaining altitude. So that's a sure sign that there's a thermal activity. So as we get closer, my variometer, it should start making some noise. So you can see we're getting a bit closer here now. So any minute we should start rising here. So let's see. And there we go. And there's a vario. So that's it. It's not strong, it's very weak. But these vultures, they are so efficient. They are incredibly efficient. They can rise on the weakest thermals. It's incredible. But I'm gonna try and follow these vultures here and see if we can gain some more altitude. It looks like there's a nice one straight ahead of me, but I could be a little bit too low. We're gonna see and go straight ahead here and see if we can find something. It's really weak. Oh, spoke too soon. Maybe there's something here. Nah. There we go. So we're gonna make a turn, try and stay inside of the thermal, because there's no use flying in the thermal and then you just fly out again on the other side. So you kind of need to you know, try and make a circle, try and stay inside the thermal all the time. But there we go. So I'm gonna follow this guy right here in front of me, and he is circling. He is, yeah, I'm gonna follow you, boy. These vultures, they're really curious. Sometimes they get so close you can almost touch them, and they're extremely playful, you know. They just glide effortlessly. Amazing birds, fascinating birds. Yeah, there's not a lot of activity here, unfortunately. It's quite weak at the moment, so I'm gonna try something else. So guys, I think that's it for me today. I mean, I'm not gonna gain any more altitude. Sun's going down, and I want to try and avoid to pack up my paraglider in the dark anyways, because all the mosquitoes come out. It's just really uncomfortable. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm just gonna cut it short here anyways, because I'm running out of battery and all of that stuff also. So I'm gonna show you my landing, and with that, I'm just gonna say thanks a lot for joining me on yet another video. I'm sorry it's been so long between each video, and again, I'm sorry that is my excuse. That is, every single video I'm apologizing for this, but it is what it is. I'm just busy, and things are just things are just happening all the time, so I need to change my plans all the time, so it is what it is. Anyways guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, okay? And if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to my channel, and I'm gonna make, there's gonna be more videos coming soon. I'm gonna try my best, and hopefully we're gonna see the end of this pandemic soon. Okay, until next time guys, stay safe, wear your masks and all of that stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye, ciao ciao. And that is how you land. Until next time, bye.